can you tell so what kind of person is he or she and from the outfits? Maybe I think Japan. In Japan, we tell that person so from their outfits.
Did she just call me a slob? Hello world. Today we're going to talk with some Japanese women about fashion, and helping me out is my Japanese teacher, Yamamoto Sensei.
こんにちは、山本です。
And she brought along some of her friends who are recent university graduates to explain to us the current fashion rules for young Japanese women.
Hi, I'm Sha. Hi, I'm Mao. Hi, I'm Hana.
Hi, I'm Lei.
We discussed everyday outfits, recruitment outfits, and job outfits, but it became clear that to understand it all, we need to turn back the clocks of time and start with what students wear at school. Luckily, my kids made a video showing off what they wore to elementary school. While my kids could wear whatever clothes they wanted, all the kids had to wear the same school hat, have the same Randuseru style backpack, wear the same kind of indoor shoes, and wear the same gym outfit. Dyeing your hair, painting your nails, or wearing jewelry wasn't allowed. So while my kids did have freedom in what clothes they wore, and could even choose the styling of their backpack, they also had to conform to a lot of rules. Most Japanese kids go to public elementary school and would have had similar rules. When it gets to middle school, the rules become stricter and uniforms are mandatory for most. For high school, it's actually less strict than middle school, but it really depends on where you go. For one lady, her school was quite strict.
髪はツインテールかポニーテール
そうそうそれちゃんと
か
ごめんなさい
スカートは膝上2センチまでとか
膝上2センチまで。
と第一ボタンを閉めなきゃいけなくて、ちょっとこのシャツのここのボタンを閉めなきゃいけなくて、で緩和もされたけどでもやっぱり式典とかそういう時には必ず閉めるとか、でブレザーも基本的には開けないで閉めてきなさいっていうのがルールになったな。
めんどくさい学校だったよね。屋上もダメ。
屋上はもうバレたら即なんか本当にその時は怒られると女子は髪をおかっぱにしろって言われるぐらい、実施されることは少なかったけど男子はもう校則なんか服の校則とかあんまりひどいと本当に丸刈りにされたりとかはした。
それがなんか完全にもうなんかアビューズな感じねえそんなのね
中学校
manipulating their lifestyle.
本当ちょっとありえ
In
ない
middle school, I was like that.
So the students are okay with that rule?
いやみんなもう嫌だって言ってて、もう本当はお団子ヘアにするのもダメだけど先生が見てないところでやってたりとか、自分でもう切っちゃったりとかスカートをしたり、それなら切っちゃったらもう何もできないしっていうのもあって、まあ、バレないようにもしくは本当に手が出せない状況を作ってたかな。
Chore, yeah, morning routine. There was sometimes check. Uniform check. And also the socks.
socks. こう伸ばさなきゃいけない。You have to wear it just correctly. No, if you cannot really fold it, you cannot do anything with it.
Did you have long socks?
Yes.
Mine was short.
Short
So
one.
there was like sock touchy. Do you like people put glue on their skin and then the socks higher?
Actually, I didn't have any strict rules. I was able to dye my hair. I could put my makeup.
It's very special.
Yeah, special.
Yeah,
it's different.
Yes. But I had my school uniform, so I had to wear my skirts and jackets. So that was the rule. But other thing, it was like free.
For my school, there are some people who was dyeing their hair, but the hair color, if your like hair color is too low, then you cannot really see the difference. So sometimes they can escape from that rule. But if you like really, just really bright color, teacher gives you the like a hair dye. Kurozome. And then you have to dye your hair at school. At school.
Most people think that like black hair is natural. And
So it should be natural.
yeah, it should be natural.
Sometimes teachers connect the image of bright hair color with the furyo. Like someone who is like not really good. The furyo. Image. Just the image. So for my parents, the role is role. So you have to to obey the rule.
あとはなんか、やっぱ体に悪いものを使ってるのは実際そうだから、若いうちからそんなことはあまりしてほしくないっていうのは一つの理由としては納得はしたけど、ある程度の年齢でそういうものをしたいなっていう正当な理由ができたらやってもいい。まあ本当に20歳からだったらやってもいいよっていうふうには、それはだけは納得はしたけど。
That's really reasonable.
Yeah.
When I filmed these ladies, they had all just gone through the university graduate recruitment process, for which they all bought recruit suits. But this practice wasn't always the case. The Mainichi newspaper states that, in 1977, the Tokyo branch of the Business Association of University Cooperatives, well, that's a mouthful, and Isetan formed a partnership to sell suits for job seekers under the brand Recruit. It is from that product line that the term recruit suit was popularized in Japan. At first, the practice of wearing recruit suits was only for men, but over time, it became the norm for women as well.
So when I was a college student over 20 years ago, we didn't wear recruit suits. So for me, it looks a little weird. It's all the same. Your college, your company force you to wear that recruit suit. Why do you wear?
I don't know.
You don't know.
私たちもわかんない。
It's more like a norm. So you don't want to be like, you know, so get affected by your like clothes or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I
that
don't
you're
know.
all in the same start line.
Yes. But it's all guessing.
Wouldn't you like to wear different clothes to show yourself or show your identity?
It's just scary.
That's
Not
scary.
really too much risk for that. Because if you're wearing those like different clothes, then you get much higher possibility that you're not gonna get the offer from the company.
Yeah.
If you're doing same thing with others, it's you will know that the reason why you're not offered is just because of the interview. If you can't get this chance to get in the company, you have to wait for a year to get another offer, or sometimes you don't have those kind of status as a shinsotsu, new graduates. Like there is high risk for us to miss the chance.
A practice that is still very common, especially for large Japanese companies, is to hire new graduates once a year. So if you don't get a good job during that hiring period and have to wait another year, you may not be considered a new graduate and kind of seen as damaged goods.
So are you guys comfortable to wear that recruit suit?
No. So uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable. But you wear.
But it's less
Yeah.
risk.
Like some company says that you have to wear like recruit suit for the interview. So リクルートスーツで来てください。
So some companies force you to wear that
Some
recruit
say
suit.
cool business.
Casual business. Business
Not
company.
casual, but you don't have to wear a tie and
Jackets.
While some companies provide guidelines for what to wear, there are also situations where
the company doesn't mention.
So
Yeah.
how?
So we
Can you-
search on internet or hear from senpai.
And sometimes you just need to have quote-unquote common sense to know what to wear. Other times, universities will provide guidance to new grads.
It's really funny that everyone says it's better to do this, it's better to do this, but not really saying that you have to do this.
That's tricky. Like we have to take photos with this suit.
And oh yeah, while in some countries, photos on resumes are considered discriminatory, it's basically a requirement in Japan.
Also, like this black suit is not cheap. It's quite expensive. But we only wear on this like term.
Recruit suits are typically only worn when new grads are looking for a job, and then maybe for the new employee entrance ceremony. Yes, they have those. And the training period.
How much?
10, 20.
なんか一個見たのはなんか新卒セット就活セットで Yeah, it's like
bags,
bags,
shoes,
shoes,
shirts.
で5万
If you go to the older model, then you're gonna.
Oh yeah,
That's cheap.
that's true.
There's older models?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
for
it's not
suits.
like different.
Like, it's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how much でその仕事用のスーツをto wear for recruit suits?
Or maybe that's too casual.
Yeah.
Maybe they might think that is too like 慣れ慣れしい。You're too used to it.
新
That's
卒
it.
っぽさ。
ぽくない。そうだし、you have to be like fresh.
Fresh means just
Yeah, this
Like it's really like 新卒っぽさ is really like an important word.
フレッシャーズなんて。
フレッシャーズ。
フレッシャーズ。
フレッシャーズって言いますね。
For like training term, I have to wear my black suit. So the company's like senpai can know that we are the fresher. So if we like wear different clothes, they can't notice that this is the first year or this is the second year.
Why don't you just, hold なんかこういうネーム ID で I'm fresher. So
Maybe it's like changing.
Yeah.
Some company says that it's not good for showing their identity or showing their self to wear black suits or some companies are stopping. But まだまだ still
very すごい日本っぽいですね。わかりました。
Now that we've got recruit suits explained, let's talk about workplace fashion rules. These are the outfits the ladies would wear to their workplaces. For the cosmetics industry, you were free to pursue your own style, but I think it was a given that you had to have some kind of style. For consulting, it was business casual, and what you wore depended on the situation. For IT, it was relatively casual, but not as casual as the US. Whereas with real estate, it was quite strict. So by the time I'm jumping into this discussion, we've already heard about many of the things you can't do.
カバンも実用的なもので、ブランドものだってわかるのはダメとか。そう。
ブランド名がでかくなってると
と、もうダメって。
ルイ・ヴィトンとか
絶対ダメみたいな。レッドの。
If it's like a big hoop,
ビッグ
it's
フ
not.
ープはダメ。
I think it's not allowed.
Why?
I think that's. I also agree that's too casual.
casual.
I agree with that.
みんな指輪とかはどうなの？
大丈夫。
If it's like simple, like
Yeah.
I think it's
指
okay.
輪は OK。そう。
私はもうアクセサリー基本ダメで、結婚指輪のみ。で、あとピアス3ミリのみ。
Why don't you say you're just married? What about necklace? You're not allowed.
ダメ。ノーネック
No necklace.
ノーネックス。
腕時計は
腕時計は大丈夫。だけど、腕時計もなん
ブラ
か、
ンドとかは
まあダメかな。目立たなくて実用的なものっていう縛りがあるか
That's
Like Japanese tradition.
This is the traditional
ら。
Japanese
これが日本の会社です。
なんだね。でもちょっとびっくりした。まだそういう会社が。Is that reasonable? For me, it's so, who cares?
Sometimes it's really reasonable because you really have to protect your brand image. Like if you have someone who doesn't fit that brand image, then you don't want to have those kind of people, isn't it? So yeah, but sometimes it's really too far from the really reasonable thing. It's really troublesome to think about which is preferred to wear.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Like I don't know the borderline where what's too casual or not too casual.
Did you hear about the news that there's some companies force you to wear high heels or forbid to wear eyeglasses? No.
No.
And Japanese are very fashion conscious. Yeah, we are very care about outfits or fashion or trends. But so what do you think?
When I go to my college in Japan, I have to do my makeup and like choose clothes and go study. But when I studied in like college in other countries, I only wear like beauty and yoga pants and not so like I don't wear makeup so much. And if I wear too much makeup, I was like a weird person. Oh, are you going to party or something about that?
when I was in United States, just wake up and then wash my face and then go out. That's it. So I was like, terrible. I don't like to see the pictures from like, when I was in the United States because I'm too like, dasai. In Japan, in contrast, we have to wear a lot of makeup. It's not really like 許されてない. Like everyone doesn't accept like me not making up or me not really wearing fashionable clothes. So that's kind of hard.
みんなピアスは開けてる感じ
開けてます。
それってみんな今の子開けてる
人による Japanese parents doesn't want their daughter to like make holes. So
Yeah. 私は化粧するのは結構好きで、もちろん学校に行くときはめんどくさいなって思うのもあるけど、自分の好きな化粧品を選ぶ機会が増えるっていうのもあって、日々おしゃれをするっていう楽しみがあるからいいのかなとも思うので、もちろんすごい自由だし楽なのは好きだけど、そういうのも一つのいいことなのかなって思うかな。
If you're in foreign country, there's difference where you can be really have a lazy style, but then also you can show off your like
fashionable.
fashionable style at the party.
Yeah, I found that it's really weird in Japan because you have like upper limit and lower limit. You have to be in that limit. So, but you have to be fashionable, but you cannot be too fashionable.
I think I understand. Yeah. At the start, Yamamoto sensei asked me if I can tell who a person is by their looks. My answer was that yes, in Canada, I do think we judge appearances, but it's not to the same level that you'll find in Japan. An example I can think of is the graduation and entrance ceremonies for Japanese elementary schools. There's no rule that parents have to wear suits or formal wear, yet I ended up buying a suit only for those occasions. I hate suits and never wear them otherwise, but that pressure to look respectable is there, whether at an elementary school entrance ceremony, applying for your first job, or simply going out on everyday errands. One thing I noticed in Japan is that there's a propensity to wear uniforms. I think the reason why Japanese are more concerned with appearances than other countries and why so many positions have uniforms are very connected. It's all about looking the part. In this video, I didn't have time to dig deep into uniforms, but I hope in a future video I can talk about all the different kinds of uniforms that are worn in Japan, because there's a lot. Thanks to Yamamoto sensei for arranging the interviews, and of course, extra special thanks to Sha, Mao, Hana, and Rei for sharing their experiences. Thanks for watching, see you next time, peace. What are the fashion rules like where you're from?
Sayonara.
Sayonara.